Good afternoon, everyone. I'm Karen Kotelis-Ria, and welcome to Karen's Corner Fireside Chat. Today we have Mike Peterson and his wife Michelle over in the background. We are talking about Challenge Island, so thank you for being here.
Awesome. Thanks for having us. Yeah, I appreciate it.
My pleasure. So tell us a little bit about Challenge Island and how you got started.
Okay, excellent. Well, Challenge Island is technically a franchise, so we're part of a network of over about 150 owners around the company or the country, and actually there's some overseas operations as well. But it was founded by a teacher in Atlanta about 20 years ago. So Sharon Duke Estroff put this together. So she started it as an after-school program for her second graders. So she was looking for something to get some STEAM hands-on building stuff with them, and so it ended up really taking off. And so she started to share the lessons in the curriculum with others around the country, and so now we all get to benefit from that. And so we each run so we're in the Rochester area here, and cover all the schools and the Girl Scout troops and organizations around here. But we've got partners. There's 4 here in the state of Michigan, and others all over the country that we can all get together and share ideas and help each other.
So do you work with a certain age of children?
Yeah, our sweet spot is grades K through 5, so the bulk of what we do is for that age, but we also adapted. So we've done, for example, we did a program last May with all the middle schoolers in Rochester. We took all the 6th graders and built roller coasters with them. Had a really fun time with that. And then we've even done high schoolers, and we can do adults. We haven't done a lot of that yet, but even so we can take the same stuff and do like a team building workshop at a small company or something.
How
like
did
that.
you know I was going to ask that?
So, okay, yeah.
Sounds like
yeah,
fun. You said build roller coasters.
Any grown-ups
and
want to
I
play. It's a lot of
am
fun.
in.
Yeah. In fact, we did. We have a friend here in Rochester. We've done a big birthday party blowout. So they have a big family event where they invite the entire neighborhood. So it's like 100, 150 kids.
Yeah.
And we did roller coasters with them last year. We did like a monster truck rally thing this year, and so the parents get as much into it as the kids do.
Yeah.
And have a really good time. So
Well, it sounds like you have a really fun job.
we enjoy it. Yeah. So yeah. Once it's a lot of work to get it ready, but once you go
Yeah.
play with the kids,
Yeah.
it's a really good time. The kids really enjoy it.
So what made you get started in this? How did you find this?
So it's kind of a roundabout thing. So I worked for General Motors for 30 years. My wife's background is in industrial design as well. So
Okay.
our background is kind of STEAM. So it's STEM is kind of the overall theme of it.
Mhm.
So I worked for General Motors for about 30 years. Then around 2018, I was kind of looking, maybe it'd be fun to do something different before I get
Yeah.
too much older. And so instead we started looking at franchises. And so we really had no idea what it was like to run a small business or a franchise. And so, but we teamed up with a franchise matchmaker kind of guy.
Mhm.
And so he lined us up with some education operations and gave us a chance to just see what they were about.
Yeah.
And when we checked into Challenge Island, it just kind of blew everything else away. And just in terms of the passion of the ownership nationally, the curriculum, all the support we get. And so we decided to take the plunge. That was about 4 years ago, and so we've been at it ever since.
Oh, good. Yeah. Well, it sounds like it's a natural fit. Actually,
So
for-
we like to think so.
Yeah.
So we're learning every day. So we get, especially we're not, we didn't grow up being teachers, but that's something you kind of learn as you go. So we've hired teachers. A lot of the other owners are teachers, so I've learned a lot from them along the way, and so that's helped us
Yeah.
to be successful.
Well, great.
Yeah.
Tell us about this board here.
So there's kind of 3 things we do with all our classes. So one is we really try and get STEAM fundamentals, so STEM and STEAM, so science, technology, engineering, arts, and math. So everything we do has some of that in there. But team building is a close second in terms of what we try and do with the kids. So the kids don't just work on their own. We put them together in groups of 4 to 6 at a time to build. So one of the things we show them at the start of each class is that this is kind of the engineering design process, kind of boiled down to a kid level.
Yeah.
So what we do in this, so we talk them through, hey, if you ever get a problem or a challenge to build, you need to understand what you're doing. You need to brainstorm ideas. So even the kids, we give them a little whiteboard, and so if they're designing, they'll sketch out their ideas with each other, which is really cool to see. So we train them on that. They actually build stuff, so they spend the bulk of the time creating. And then we tell them, it's like, hey, is it okay if it doesn't work the first time? Most of the kids get the right answer. Yeah, that's just fine. And we tell them, it's like, hey, even at the car companies, it doesn't always work the first time. So we tell them, hey, it's okay to test, experiment, make it better. And then at the end, we always try and leave time for the kids to share with each other what they created, so they get a little presentation experience as well, which is great for them.
So do they end up bringing home with them what they've created?
It depends
or
on the
probably-
challenge.
Probably not a
Yeah.
roller coaster.
So it
but-
depends. Yeah. The roller coaster doesn't quite work.
No,
So
yeah.
so we kind of joke is like we tell them we'll check it into the Challenge Island Museum and then we just kind of take it away. So
Yeah.
but we do like we did a slime camp this summer that was super popular. So every day the kids are creating a slime and then they get to take it home. Now what the
Yeah.
parents do with it afterwards is their problem. But
Yeah.
but yeah, so everyone, so if it's an individual activity,
Mhm.
we'll let them take it home. If it's a team thing, that gets a little messy as to who gets to keep it and then who doesn't. And
Yeah.
so we just keep those. But we do those. We usually take pictures at each class, and then we send those home with the parents. And so the kids get to show off to the parents what they built. Or if the parents come in at the end and it's still together, they're more than welcome to come in and try it out, play with it.
Yeah.
And so we
That sounds
still let
like
them have some
so
fun.
much fun, and
So-
the parents have to love seeing what their kids have been doing that day, and
Yeah.
it's the creation they came up with.
Yeah, we get a lot of good feedback on that because I know parents send their kids to these things and wonder, it's like I just paid some money to this.
Yeah.
What did they do
What are
all
they gonna
hour?
really do
or the
while
kid
they're
comes
there?
back and how was it? Fine.
Yeah.
And so that way they really get to see their kids interacting with other kids. I know as our kids were growing up, that was really helpful. So it was like, oh, they can interact with other people. That's really
Yeah.
good to know. So
And it sounds
sure
like
that-
maybe it has nothing to do with being in front of having a screen in front of them. So-
Exactly. Yeah. So
right?
that's something that's a little different about ours. Like most
Yeah.
people think STEM and STEAM and think it's going to be programming and coding.
Mhm.
And our kids were in robotics, and I'm all for that kind of stuff. I'm an engineer by training, so that's great. But on the other hand, it is good to get away from the screens once in a while. So everything we do, like when we build a roller coaster or a tower or something like that, we're using Solo cups and toilet paper tubes and paper plates and things. And so fairly simple stuff. But the reason we do that is so that if we give the kids the challenge, right away they can start taping and decorating and they can create stuff, so it doesn't take any training. So someone can just jump right in. Or we even do like an in-school workshop where it's the first time the kids have seen this stuff, and so with about 10 minutes of explanation, they're expected to just go and build a car.
Yeah.
But with the materials and some good instruction, they figure it out pretty quick.
Nice.
So it
So
works.
is it an all-day program, or is it multiple days, or is it just a few hours?
Yeah, we can kind of do all that. So
Okay.
our default, like every activity we do is roughly an hour long, but then we can package those together. So like for an in-school field trip, about an hour is about right for that, especially if we got 100 kids in a gym doing something.
Yeah.
But for example, with our summer camps though, those will be like 3 hours a day. And then we'll even run 2 summer camps in a day.
Mhm.
So depending on what the kids are available for, we'll do like 3 hours of slime in the morning, then 3 hours of rainforest related stuff in the afternoon. So if they want to make a whole day out of it, we've got it packaged together to do that as
That
well.
sounds like a blast. And
So,
I bet
yeah.
at the end of the day they sleep well that night.
That's the goal. Yeah. So yeah, we're yeah. So we'll take them out, and especially in the summer camp.
Mhm.
We'll take them. The Canadian wildfires notwithstanding, but we'll take them out, and they can run around a little bit. So we'll do recess and snack and that kind of stuff too. But
Nice.
it's a really full day for them. It's pretty
Yeah.
intense, but they have a great time.
So did you bring a drum over?
Yes, I
Tell
didn't
me
quite
about
fit into the
that.
screen, so I'll show this here. But
Yeah.
so we have kind of an island theme to our stuff. So
Mhm.
Challenge Island. So that the initial idea for the name kind of came from like when Survivor was first getting to be real popular, and so we kind of work that into all our stuff. So one thing we do is that we don't let the kids play the drum too much because it gets distracting, but we have a little chant we do, so just like how kids have different ways that their teachers get them to be quiet and listen. So
Right.
so we have a little chant we do where I hit this, I yell challenge, they yell out island. We do that a couple times, then they get quiet, and then we can tell them what's going on.
Oh, how fun.
So especially
yeah.
with the summer camp, they're coming from all over the community, or we've even done it with kids in other countries
Mhm.
over Zoom, and this is kind of our standard
Yeah.
thing we'll use, and so they catch on real quick, and then that gets them to pay attention. So.
Well, it sounds like you really enjoy this.
We have a lot of fun with
Yeah,
it. Yeah.
yeah.
So I'd say that that what's really cool about, especially when we get to do like a multi-week program in the schools, or if we do a summer camp, when the kids first come in, some of them aren't really into sharing or working with other kids,
They open up a
especially.
little bit.
Yeah, and so it takes it's either like day 3 or 4 of the camp, or like week a couple weeks in, they kind of get it,
Mhm.
and it's just awesome to see. Like when we'll tell them, for example, we'll tell them it's like, hey, today we're building a roller coaster. Some kids, by after 3 or 4 rounds of working through the process, they'll just naturally grab the whiteboard out and grab the marker and say, okay, hey guys, how do we want to do this thing? It's like, oh my God, I wish adults would do this better.
Yeah.
And so we're
Yeah.
trying to embed some of those skills into them. So when they go into like a high school robotics team or get an internship or something, they just start doing that stuff that everybody ideally does, but
Yeah,
not so
wouldn't
much.
that be nice?
Yeah,
That
so
sounds
we're
great.
working on it. And then just to the variety of curriculum we've got is super fun as well. So like I mentioned, the slime camp, that one, like when we first saw the recipes for that, It's like, oh, we'll see how this goes. But then again, our team down in Atlanta, it's like 4 people to do this, but
Yeah.
they did an incredible job putting that together, and the kids just loved it. And so when we brought out, you know, the bubble tea slime or the Canadian pancake and maple syrup slime or whatever, they just have the best time with it, and it really gets them excited. You know, and our overall goal is to get them excited about STEM and STEAM. So, you know, some kids, you know, for whatever reason, come in things like, oh, I'm not good at math, or oh, I
Right.
don't do that stuff.
Right.
And we try and open it up. It's like, you know, boy, in 2nd or 3rd grade, you should never be saying I can't do something. And
Yeah,
so,
it's
so
kind
we
of good
try
for
and-
everybody then.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So just to show, it works for totally everybody. Yeah.
Nice.
So there's.
And then do you also do this online, right? Or
We
offer
did,
some of
yeah.
it?
So
Do you-
we got that option.
Okay.
So we started out the program was designed to be in person, and then of
Mhm.
course COVID hit, and everybody figured out, oh wait, I guess we can do this online.
Yeah.
So we pivoted pretty quick. You know, our national office, like the day after, you know, that the nationwide shutdown happened, started getting us on Zoom and said, okay, I know you guys haven't heard of Zoom, but you guys need to figure this out. And so we did a lot. You know, in fact, here locally in the community, the way we started doing it, because we realized one of the big challenges was getting the supplies to the kids. I mean, it's everyday stuff, but not every kid has all that stuff around. So we packaged up kits and then actually dropped them off on kids' doorsteps, because that was in the days you didn't even you weren't supposed to talk to each other.
Right.
In this case, so I felt kind of like Santa Claus, you know, the day before each class, passing that around. But then they all had it, and then we could get online and all do the same thing together. So
Nice.
so we can do that, but we don't
Yeah.
get a lot of requests anymore. for that.
Right, because
Yeah.
well, right now we don't need to do that.
Yeah, we're thankful, yeah, so,
we're
yeah,
happy
it's-
to be able to
So it's-
see everybody in person.
Yeah,
these
but if we
days.
had to do that, or we've worked overseas with kids, so we've
Okay.
worked with kids in Switzerland, Germany, and Korea,
Mhm.
and so of course we're unfortunately it's a little expensive to travel, so
Yeah.
we can do that if somebody wants to. So,
Perfect.
So, yeah.
So if somebody is interested in signing themselves or their children up, how would they go about doing this?
Yeah, thanks for asking. Yeah,
Mhm.
so we do. So we partner with the local enrichment team programs at the schools or Parks and Rec. So, for example, here in Rochester, we do a lot of things with RARA, Rochester Avon Recreation Authority. So, for example, with them, we're doing a special Halloween, Thanksgiving, and Christmas program. So it's kind of a 2-hour Friday night kind of thing. So the parents can drop the kids off, you know, go out to eat, and so the kids can build. So we've got that. And we also work through the Rochester Schools Enrichment Program. So
Okay.
so people can check with either of them, or as they post things online, we double them up on our website as well. So the one-stop shop they can go to
Mhm.
is to our website, challenge-island.com/Oakland County East.
Okay.
But if you click on sign up in the corner, everything we've got in the whole community, you know, whether it's Rochester, we do, currently we're doing things in Brandon and Troy as well. We've got some stuff in Birmingham, and we've done things outside of that even. But
Wow.
everything's
Okay.
on the website, so they can find all that, and it'll take them right to where they would need to
Yeah,
register.
and I was on your website the other day, and it's really easy. It was really easy. So
Good,
I
that's the goal. Yeah.
wanted to sign myself up for a
So
class.
yeah, feel
but
free.
I
There's
didn't.
we publish an upper limit, but we'll
Yeah,
take anybody.
yeah,
So and of course,
yeah.
parents are welcome to sit and watch as well.
Mhm.
So parents have a good time with that, or if they just want to relax and see
Yeah.
their kids having a good experience. we can do
Great.
that. Yeah, the one other thing, if I could mention real quick too,
Yeah.
the other thing we do is Girl Scout. Those aren't on our website directly, because we
Mhm.
usually do that directly with a troop. So if anybody wants to do that, the Girl Scouts, if people aren't familiar, have done some incredible work over the last several years and really encouraging girls to do STEM and STEAM kinds of things. So they've got some engineering programs, even automotive engineering programs they started offering last year. And we're equipped to do all those. So if there's a troop leader or a parent out there that'd like to do it, just contact us directly, and the website will let you do that.
That's awesome. So is there a number of maximum number of students that you can take on at one time?
Yeah, excellent question. Yeah, so really not. We haven't hit that yet. So we've done up to 100 kids at a time.
Oh, great.
So we just need a little advance notice, because that takes more than just Michelle or I
Yeah.
working with them. So,
Okay.
but for example, in the schools, we can easily do that because the teachers will be there, so they can help with the crowd control, or
Mhm.
parent volunteers come in. Our general size, our default size is anywhere from like 12 to 24 is
Okay.
kind of our sweet spot. But
Mhm.
if someone's got more kids and wants to go bigger than that, we can work with them.
Okay.
That's no problem.
Wow, you guys have a lot going on.
So
I love it.
that's the plan. So,
Yeah.
yeah.
Well, we are in a great community here, and
For sure.
we're so glad that you are involved.
Yeah,
So-
we're happy to help. So
Yeah.
yeah, so anything we can do to promote STEM and STEAM and kids working together,
Yeah.
yeah, we love it. So.
Well, thank you so much, Challenge Island, Mike and Michelle Peterson. Thanks for being here.
Okay, no
And
problem. Thanks for
we
asking.
will, absolutely, we'll get the word out. And I am Karen Cotelis Ria with Real Estate One. Don't make a move without me.